It has been one hell of a week, hasn't it, for those of us who give a damn about refugees and migrants' rights. If you want to know how the government's announcements this week is going to impact our communities and refugees and migrants, you should check them out in my feed or follow me for more. But today I just wanted to pick out one of the proposals that the Home Secretary made yesterday because I think it tells us something really important. So this is a pilot project announced yesterday targeting 150 families with children who have been through the asylum system and who she wants to remove from the country, but for one reason or another she can't achieve that. So that will be because the countries they come from are really dangerous or they don't cooperate with returns. And she's proposing to pay each of these families up to a total of £40,000 just to leave the country. £40,000, £40,000. I mean, that's like a life-changing amount of money. It's more than the average person in Britain makes in a year. Shabana Mahmood apparently thinks that our priorities include spending that kind of money to try to chase and bribe 150 families with children out of the country. It's insane. It's just completely deranged. And I think it highlights two things. The first is how Labour's attack on migrants this week is not going to please anybody. It's not an attack that's even pretending to make the system work better. It's straightforwardly to try to steal the Reform Party's lunch and the Reform Party's voters. And it's obviously not going to work. These are policies, all of them, that nobody wants. But I think the more important thing is it shows us something that is so obscured by a media conversation about immigration, which is that deportation agenda, mass deportations, sending people away, locking people up, trying to get rid of people is unbelievably expensive. It is so much more expensive to lock someone up than it is to provide them with decent housing. It is so much more expensive to trap someone in housing, no matter how decent, than it would be to help them to integrate and get into work so they can support themselves. It is so much more expensive to pursue deportations than it is to welcome people into our society. We've allowed the discussion about immigration be dominated by idiots who say we can't afford refugees. The truth is we can't afford the hostility and the brutality of our immigration system that traps people outside of work for years, then tries to brutalize them through private companies that run detention centers and deportation centers. We're a mini MAGA land at the moment, and it's only going to get worse. If you look at how much the US is spending on their mass deportations agenda, it is absolutely dwarfing anything else. The London School of Economics published some economic modelling that looked at how if you invest in integration measures for asylum seekers from day one of their arrival in the country, that instead of then going on to cost you money, they will make a net contribution to the economy. Now, don't get me wrong, we should protect refugees because we should protect refugees because it's the right thing to do. But the fact of the matter is they're also a resource, and we are wasting that resource because we are willing to pour endless sums of money into this failed, draconian, brutal, horrific mass deportations MAGA agenda that has been shoved down our throat as if there wasn't any alternative.